What is going on, true believers? Guys, there's been so much activity on the Bitcoin network that the Bitcoin halving has been moved up now to 416. This is now the estimated date. We're talking about 15 days, 12 hours, 58 minutes, and 45 seconds. Bitcoin trading right now at about 69,880. So there is a huge opportunity right now and a huge possibility that Bitcoin halving is a lot closer than you think. Remember, when we started this off, it was about April 27, then it came up to April 20, and it continues and continues to mine blocks. And as soon as we hit the right block, then the halving is going to happen. I'm going to explain to you exactly what happens when the halving takes place so that you have more information about how that works. Also, Tether now has $5 billion in Bitcoin holdings. Bitcoin just kind of idling at 70,000. I think it's about to explode, to be fair, before we even get to the halving. And it's become more volatile than Ethereum. Ethereum is a little bit more calm right now than Bitcoin, which is something that's crazy. And somebody that likes anal, I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. An analyst see Shiba Inu rising 2x to 4 zeros 58 pretty soon. Solana institutional appeal is starting to skyrocket, which means that Solana most probably has a breakout very, very soon. We're looking at a bunch of these different tokens that look like they're just in a position where they could really start to rip. But we're going to have to see it break out. We're going to have to see it actually do that. Hope you guys like the new format over here. If you haven't already, sign up for NordVPN, sign up for Fairdesk over here, MEXC, BingX, Femex. You have all of the choices. If you're a Ben coin enthusiast, if you like Ben Armstrong, then the thing that you can do that helps me and him out the most is I'm a sub-affiliate for Ben on Femex. So if you want to start trading and you want to start doing it in the United States, Femex is probably your best opportunity right now, and it helps out Ben Armstrong too. Hope you guys tuned in last night to see my live stream. It was kind of impromptu, like we were making it. It was going to happen. We were going to do it. I just hadn't decided exactly how I was going to, like show it or do it or whatever. But it turns out that it was just easier to do it the way that just go live and just read it off. What I read for you last night, if you didn't check it out already, was Ben Armstrong's testimony, where he was being attacked basically by the attorney, Mr. Norris, for the hit networks. Did I say that right? Hit networks. Yeah. So that was what we got yesterday. I read through that, gave you guys kind of the breakdown of it. And to be fair, when you look at it and when you read it and you start to go through it, you're like, oh my God, like this, it felt like at many different times that, this guy was trying to impugn in every possible way the possibility that maybe, just maybe, bro, maybe you're like, it's somebody else's wallet, bro. You know what I mean? Like, totally could be. It wasn't. So anyway, a little bit crazy. Remember, guys, this is not financial advice. Let's get this show started. And I'm always right.
It's your boy Bleed. Everybody listen up. Let's get it. I'm trying to put money in your pocket, that crypto wallet, that bing bada bing ching ching big profit. Even when the market's sideways, I'm looking for ways to get paid. I'm checking my coins around breakfast, then again around bedtime. Bet this, it's not financial advice, but I'm always right. 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 I'm always right.
All right, guys, if you are curious, there is a problem right now with TradingView. I'm not sure what the problem is, but all MEXC futures have been delisted. However, all of the regular listings are still fine. If you're using like an active listing for spot trading, they're still fine. But the futures trading listings are not working right now on uh, on TradingView. They're working on a solution to it right now. If you guys remember, this happened a couple of days ago, and just kind of a weird, sort of wild thing. Now, if you go in right now, it seems like it's still down. Again, you can use spot trading amounts, but the futures link to TradingView right now is down. So we'll keep you updated if we get any information in relation to that. So hope you guys like the new setup, by the way. Trying to work on improving some of the stuff that we do here, some of the presentation, if you will. And I hope that you like it. So, but we're going to get into all this stuff very, very shortly. I'm running a little bit behind today, guys, if you can believe that. Not only did I move this show back an hour, I still can't get my shit together enough that I can be ready on time anyway. You know why? Because why would I do that? That sounds wild. Only crazy people are on time. At least that's what my ex used to tell me. Only crazy people ever do things on time. So hope you guys are having a good morning. And if you do, by the way, if you're one of those people who good mornings, then good morning to you. And we're going to start off with Michael Krinsky. Greetings from Schaumburg, Illinois. Hey, that's my neighbor. Happy Easter. Jay Locke in the house. Brian Bootyhead. We got Mike Vollmer here. We got Blockchain Bonehead. S-Dog. Kathleen is in the house. Southern Belle rendition of Lady Frame was priceless. Ooh, I declare. My name is Lindsey Graham, and I am a Southern Belle. That's a senator, by the way. Senator Southern Belle. Who does that wild shit? Aaron Thompson's in the house. 2266 gold. Absolute beast. Gold coming in at all-time highs right now. And you know what's great about gold? It's not even rare. It's just manipulated. So, and by the way, if you haven't already, go drive by Peter Schiff's Twitter account, point and laugh, because he is having a struggle right now. He is just going out of his mind. Just so mad. So mad. Oil killing it. George Lopez Garcia's in the house. ETF sell-off. Stock traders in control. Red. Sprite Airlines strong buy indicator since you guys like to gamble. Uh-oh. Donald J. Trump is the hottest meme right now. Oh, that might be the case. What's going on, JC? We've got Tom Collide in the house with Sea Dog on Solana. Check it out if you haven't already. Richard Caldwell's in the house. Trail Boss is here. Vader Prime is in the house, breathing on everybody. CODM and crypto. Neco listing, by the way, on CoinMarketCap. If you didn't see, by the way, this weekend, Neco went up like 4x, or 3x in just a quick sort of succession here, very, very quickly. What an incredible run that was. And by the way, Shaka, when that happened, Shaka wasn't even there. Shaka was at the airport in Los Angeles. His daughter was heading back overseas, and he was sitting there in the airport. Didn't even know what was going on. Like, I texted him, and he was like, "Oh yeah, dude, I just saw that." So Richard Morning, good morning. Juice in the house, what's going on? Hammerside is here. Good morning. Remington Perot, good morning. Nasir Elatabi is in the house. Lunk, good morning. We got some Lunk news, by the way, for anybody who is interested in Luna Classic. Got a couple of different things for Luna Classic. We're doing things a little bit different around here. We've got Jeff T in the house. What's going on? Missing anybody? Aaron Thompson's in the house. We got Carlos. Good morning. Have you heard about Rakoff meme on Luna Classic, by the way? Oh, yeah, I'm in the OG Founders room. I don't know why. Somebody invited me in for Rakoff. If you don't know what Rakoff is, it's a meme on Luna Classic blockchain, another meme on the Luna Classic blockchain, and it's named after Judge Jed Rakoff. Jed Rakoff is that lowbrow octogenarian 82-year-old piece of shit who's ignoring Judge Annalisa Torres in the Southern District of New York as Terraform Labs is under attack by the SEC. So that's, my opinion of what's going on. That, doesn't mean that it's true. Just means I like to talk shit about old 80-year-olds who can't fight back. Purple 303 in the house. What is going on? Daniel Delgado in the house. By the way, anybody who wants, if you missed the song, you can download it at believescrypto.com. So it's always available to you. You still got the best intro in crypto. Working on it, man. Ben is arguing with me about his being better. So We're gonna have to settle that one day. I know he's gonna win if it's a vote, though, right? He's got more people that are just gonna be like, "Oh, like, whatever." Terry True Seeker's in the house. What is going on? Baby Bohm is exploding. I saw that Bohm was having a big run. If there's another one, okay. Ben and Neco are in the house. What is going on? So, guys, we're going to lead this off with the most important part. And by the way, if you look over here on the right, you'll see that I have Good Morning, Bitcoin, Ethereum, altcoins, Bencoin, Luna Classic, right? The categories will probably change as we go. I have a little, I've got this thing kind of laid out right here. And it looks, it's, I'm not ready for it. I was just kind of laying this out here to kind of get us started. I can do some highlighting and stuff like that on it, but we'll see how this works out over the next couple of days. I'm just feeling it out, taking it for a test drive, if you will, to see if I like this. But the first thing that we're going to do, the most important thing that we're going to do before we get started with Bitcoin is we're going to talk. Well, I guess we're going to talk about Bitcoin, because the part that we're going to talk about right now is what is the halving. And let's break this down. This is from Coinbase. The Bitcoin halving is estimated now at 4/16 of 24, 15 days, 12 hours, 47 minutes, 40 seconds. And Bitcoin price is at 69,800. Let's take a quick look over here and see if Bitcoin is 69,797. US market, we're in that little sell-off area of the US market where we wake up. And by the way, I think Bitcoin is going to have quite the run in the next couple of days. I think we're going to get that next leg up is coming. And I don't know, it doesn't mean that we won't experience some downward momentum, by the way, but it looks like we're in the short term right now. You can see here, this is the volume zone for this long-term 4-hour chart. When you break it up into this level, then it looks like we're just kind of bouncing above the main volume range. So I still think 77 to 80,000 is going to be a big and fast sort of impulse move, and I kind of feel like it's coming. The question is going to be whether or not we see it or not. There's a wildly volatile time right now for Bitcoin, but the sell-off continues because it's the morning. And that's what it is. So every 4 years on the halving day, the amount of new Bitcoin created gets cut in half. This means that when Bitcoin halves, the reward given to the contributors securing the network is reduced by 50%, directly impacting the rate at which new Bitcoin are introduced into circulation. This is what we're referring to as the halving day. At the beginning of 2020, 12.5 new Bitcoin were added to the network every 10 minutes via virtual mining. In May, that amount was halved to 6.25. In April of 2024, it will drop again to about 3.125, and the process will continue until all 21 million coins have been mined, which estimates say should happen around the year 2140. This process, coded into the Bitcoin protocol by Satoshi Nakamoto, the creator of Bitcoin, is a way to limit the total supply of Bitcoin, increasing its scarcity. When Bitcoin halves, the reward given to the contributor securing the network is reduced, directly impacting the rate at which new Bitcoin are introduced into circulation. And because there are only 21 million and the halving makes them fewer, the halving contributes to making Bitcoin more scarce. This inherent scarcity, combined with the historic increase in demand after the previous halving events, fosters a sense of digital rarity that could lead to potential upward pressure on prices. When Bitcoin undergoes a halving, the number of new Bitcoin that are made gets cut in half. Said differently, there's a 50% reduction in the rewards miners receive for validating transactions and adding them to the blockchain. This event is coded into the Bitcoin protocol and occurs approximately every 4 years or after 210,000 blocks. So now you are a Bitcoin halving expert and you know everything that you need to know about Bitcoin. So let's kick it off. And by the way, there were two different spots that I could have gone for on this page, and I chose the bottom right-hand side as my spot, my perch, if you will. Tether Bitcoin holdings crossed the $5 billion mark after the latest purchase. So what you had just recently, Tether bought 8,888 more Bitcoin in the first quarter of 2024, which increased its holdings to 75,354. Did you know, by the way, there's only 1.7 Bitcoin on all exchanges now? Everything else is being held, and every day, somewhere in the neighborhood of 8,000 to 10,000 Bitcoin are bought up by the U.S. ETFs. We haven't even gotten the approval for the Hong Kong ETF. What do you think happens when that happens? And remember, by the way, it should be important. It's important to point out the volume that comes from cryptocurrency. Asian markets contribute a significant portion of that volume. So what happens when we get a run from the Asian markets, where even the Chinese market in Hong Kong, when they want to start buying Bitcoin, they start buying it up. Are they going to buy more than 10,000 a day? Because we're minting, I think 9,000 a week, 9,200 a week, but we're taking 9,000 off every day. So 5 days, every 5 days. So if that's the case, what happens when these other ETFs start to pop up everywhere and they continue to get bought up off of exchanges? We're going to see I think people are not even looking at that possibility at this point. But it should be noted, if you just consider this, just consider this for a second. We are, in fact, consolidating at the all-time high. Like, we're consolidating at our previous all-time high, creating a floor at the low. That's absolutely wild. Absolutely wild what's going on there. So, if you haven't already, make sure you got some Bitcoin. That's all I'm saying. That just make sure that you got some Bitcoin. While Bitcoin hasn't officially revealed its Bitcoin addresses, the block confirmed last year Tether's one Bitcoin address, and that address has been accumulating Bitcoin every quarter since September of 2022. With the latest Q1 purchase, Tether has now become the 7th largest holder of Bitcoin from its previous ranking of number 11 earlier this year. When contacted, Tether CEO Paulo Arduino confirmed to the block that the company purchased additional Bitcoin, saying that the purchase of 8,888 Bitcoin occurred through the first quarter. It was bought through the full quarter, then settled at the end. And now their Bitcoin holdings are 75,354. So just a gigantic amount. Also, Bitcoin lingers around 70,000 as sideways price action continues. Now, when you look at it from a chart perspective, which that's what we're doing right here, you can see that what I've done is I've created the VRVP. This is the volume range profile. And it kind of gives you, when you zoom in and out, it kind of shows you where most of the trading volume is. We're going to remove this line right here because we now have it on this. And this is the highest node, if you will. And it looks like we're just kind of consolidating in that range. But here's the thing. We're above the volume node. So we're consolidating at a higher level than the original volume node. And over the next couple of days, this is most probably, if this plays for just a few more days, this becomes the volume node, and then we're just going to take off from there. What we're doing is just we're creating new levels and new floors by which Bitcoin is going to continue to spring from. But again, I do think that very quickly and very rapidly, we're about to see a nice big move happening. If you look at this right here, if you look at, just kind of take for granted that, this is kind of that paradigm where we're just continuing to move upwards. We bounced off of it. We came back down for a retest. We hit that retest one more time. Then we got a nice big spring off of it. Then we got some sideways action. And now we're hitting that zone one more time. Now, if that is a good zone and a logical area, and by the way, if I move this like this, the question would be like, is it playing out on some other time frames? Is it down here? I don't think that it is. I think, when you look at it this way, you might be able to say that right there, that maybe we got a little bit more sideways action before it breaks out. Just trying to find the best sort of range for it. And if you will, somewhere around here might, that kind of represents perhaps the best sort of. So we got a little more sideways action leading into the halving, and then maybe just an absolute breakout, an absolute bombshell. Crypto Alliance with the $10 bomb says, hope everyone had a great weekend and a good start to the new week, which means new beginnings for all. The Crypto Alliance community of communities. By the way, if you haven't already, go follow the Crypto Alliance on Twitter every night, I think around 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, 7:30 Central Standard Time. They have a show on Twitter Spaces where they talk about all of this stuff, and I do pop in there every once in a while to say hi. So thank you so much for the bomb. And by the way, happy April the Fool for everybody who's fooling April or whatever. April O'Neil, by the way, favorite Ninja Turtle, even though she's not a ninja or a turtle, and not really my favorite. I just wanted to say April one more time. So anyway, sideways action probably, and then we'll see what happens from there. But Bitcoin's still hovering, and we'll see what happens. Bitcoin is now, however, this is wild. This is going to be the wild. And by the way, let me know what you think in the comment section. Do you think that this, where I am right here on the screen, or what if I move myself over into this range over here and said, you know, like I thought like this would be kind of cool to move into this little range here and then be like boom and boom and then save that right there. So now we'll be over here like off to the side, if you will, for a little while. Is this one better? Then you can see the full screen. Or if not, by the way, because we're playing, we're having fun, we're enjoying it, right? We can do it up here as well. So it doesn't matter. You can move yourself around, by the way, on the screen at any time. You know what I mean? Aha. So there we go. But anyway, so, and since I'm over here, I might as well move this over to the other side of Mars. So as the Bitcoin halving gets here, Ethereum has become the one that is more volatile. The annualized 30-day historical and realized volatility rose to nearly 60% late last week, surpassing Ether's 30-day realized volatility by 10 percentage points. So right now, Bitcoin is currently 10% higher in volatility than Ethereum. Ethereum, a little bit smoother in what it's doing, which is absolutely wild. I mean, we do have to recognize that that is absolutely wild. Bitcoin's annualized 30-day historical or realized volatility is up to 60%, while Ethereum is at 50. That's the highest spread in at least a year, according to data tracked by Kaiko, a Paris-based tracking firm. Historic volatility indicates the degree of price turbulence observed over a price period. The Bitcoin Ether volatility spread flipped positive weeks after the U.S. SEC greenlighted nearly a dozen spot Bitcoin exchange-traded funds, allowing traders to take exposure to the cryptocurrency without owning it. Since then, traders have been squarely focused on the activity in the spot ETS, with net inflows breeding upside volatility in Bitcoin and the broader crypto market. So, yeah, that's in April 21, the inbuilt code will reduce the block per ward. And by the way, just so you guys understand here, I got one guy over here telling me that it's going to be April 16. That's Coinbase. And then I got one guy over here telling me it's on April 21st. Nobody really knows. It's just when that 210,000th blockchain. And I'm going to say, just on a guess, I'm going to say Coinbase probably a little closer to it. So we'll see which one it is and how quickly. But Bitcoin, way more volatile right now. So let's, we don't really have anything to cover in Ethereum. That really was our Ethereum news. Volatility in Ethereum is a little bit further down. So, you know, we'll see what happens there. And now let's talk about altcoins, because the number one altcoin, even though it's not really, but Shiba Inu is expected to rally to 4058 after a symmetrical triangle breakout. Now, what does that look like on the chart? Are we looking at it? Still no update. It looks like on, I'm going to reload TradingView right now to see. No, we still don't have any update from MEXC on what's going on over there. So we'll see what happens there. But here's what it looks like is happening right now. The symmetrical triangle, as you can see, we're doing this on a 4-hour, by the way. If we move this to a daily, still the same thing. There is, you know, you make an argument here that this is this kind of a perfect symmetrical triangle breakout. And if that's the case, then it could be that we're looking at a potential big upside move, with the big upside move going to be this to here, and then popping that into the next range for the level up. And that puts you right there. So right in that 58 area looks like where we're looking for the next big impulse move, if in fact there is an impulse move. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think that there's any opportunity for SHIB to double its market cap in this kind of range right here? That would put it not exactly at the all-time high, but it would give it 2/3 of the way to the all-time high if it has an impulse breakout in that regard. So if that happens, then, you know, then we're going to have really a good breakout for SHIB at this time. But I'm not sure. I that's a lot of capital, guys. I do want to say this. That's a lot of capital for SHIB to have a breakout of that kind of level. You know what I mean? So, I mean, we'll see what happens. And CODM and Crypto is asking the question, really a good question here. Are ETH memes going to run soon? And it depends because, if you're looking for a meme to run, then, you have to accept that there is a paradigm here that's changed. And that is something like Trump right here. Remember, I told you guys a couple days ago at 360, like this is your buy signal. Like you're not going to get another chance, and it's now at 540. Like it's up almost 100% from when I told you guys that you probably should get in because Trump is about to run. I told you guys it's going to do $1 billion market cap, right? So it's running right now, and of course, with the market dipping a little bit more, it's down to 75 billion under. We're starting to have that little that crypto sell off, if you will. Um, so I don't know. I don't know what we're going to see yet. Crow, by the way, having a nice little pump up 1.5% for the day. OXN still there. Sui is having another breakout, going above its all-time previous. So yeah, there's a few of them out here that are having these big runs. But the question really is, can SHIB double its price? And we'll see what happens on the breakout. Now, if we get that breakout and SHIB does run, then you can expect to see Sandshoe, and you can expect to see some of those older meme coins start to run one more time. You might even see Kishu have a little volume blow up. That's just going to mean that some Bitcoin money is starting to move down the blockchain, if you will, which would be it would be a very cool thing to see that happen. And I don't know that you're really going to see that. It's speculation at best that something like that would happen. I mean, it always has before, so there's no reason to think that it won't happen again, of course. But I mean, until it breaks out, you never know. And you never know when you get like a mini season versus a full on breakout. So yeah, I mean, I'm just kind of waiting to see something like that happen. But in the meantime, Solana institutional appeal skyrockets as Grayscale Solana Trust surges. Now, this is the reason that you're not seeing, the paradigm has shifted. We're no longer sitting in this where if it's not an Ethereum meme, then it's not going to run, right? It's not, we're not in that spot anymore. The spot that we're at is that Solana has kind of taken over the space. And also, I might add, Base has kind of taken over the space as well. So, I don't know what to tell you about some of these Ethereums. People are just not looking to make the trades. And by the way, when we get some real retail aping back into the market heavy, that'll change. But we really don't have that yet. What we're looking at is we're looking at us, degens. We're looking at, a little bit of retail coming back. And I think everybody's kind of waiting for after the halving. Remember, it's not going to be until like a year from now that we see some kind of wild move like we saw before. And, if you guys remember in that last run, the halving had taken place about a year before some of the wildness in the market really started to unfold. Remember, the halving was in 2020. So I think it was March of 2020. Is that right? I mean, it could have been May of 2020, but I think it was March of 2020. And the point would be, it was May 7th of 2020. So that was 4 years ago. And then if you go back and you look at, here. So meme coins, everything kind of move along with Bitcoin, when you get those dips and surges and stuff like that, right? Well, that happened over here. And then we saw this kind of move over here. This is where Bitcoin at this time was 9,000. Then we saw it run up here. And then we saw, this is August, September. And then here we go, October, November, December. This is when things start to get crazy. And then it comes all the way up to 40 something thousand. Then it comes back down to about 30. Then we take off. That's when we take off, right? Well, remember, if you will, that this area and this range kind of, this right here, that's exactly where all the meme coins really, really took off. Okay. So if you just keep that in mind, then just ask yourself, like, what's the time frame? Well, here's the halving, and here it is. That's 246 bars, which is 246 days. So that's basically about 9 months, 10 months, 8 months. Yeah, 8 months. Sorry. So about 8 months after the halving, that's when we really got that explosive move on all of those meme coins way back when. And it started, of course, with Doge, and then it moved on to we're having a big sell-off right now. We're down another 10 billion. Bitcoin's now at 69,360. So, and by the way, this is percentage wise, it's only 2.75%. Ethereum down 3.3%. Solana's down 420. Oh, I see what's going on there. That's marijuana. So wild stuff happening in the market. But again, eight months later, so there's going to be some time. Now, the question would be, do we get some kind of pump in the meantime? And I think that it's reasonable to assume that we're going to get some kind of pump. If we look at Doge and we do the same thing, we just kind of go back here. And I don't know that I'm on this is Doge Tether on Binance. So January of 2021, April of 2021. So Doge. So the big run up on Doge, also same thing. Like it all happened at the same time with all of these big moves. So that's what I think is going on right there. So, that's what's happening. So I would give it, and by the way, here's the pump right here. This is at the beginning of the year. Of course, that's a nonsense pump when you look at it over, like the really, really long term, of course. But it's still representative of, that's when it all kind of came to fruition, if you will, from way down here. And then boom, it took off. Then it consolidated, and then boom, it took off again. By the way, when you look at this right here and you see this kind of consolidation, I just want to point out that is exactly what's happening to Bitcoin right now before that next gigantic move. Like we've seen this shit before. So, we could be looking at that Doge pump getting ready to happen for Bitcoin as well. So, but anyway, Solana institutional appeal skyrockets. According to a recent tweet by Puckrin, GSOL is trading at a remarkable $433, whereas Grayscale's February fact sheet reveals that each share of the trust holds approximately 0.37 SOL. This indicates a premium of 5.8 times over the spot price, which was reported at 1,148, showcasing overwhelming institutional demand for Solana. The phenomenon of GSOL trading at such a high premium is reflective of the broader trend of growing institutional interest in cryptocurrencies that as legitimate investment vehicles. Institutions are increasingly looking to digital assets like Solana, which offer not only significant growth potential, but also diversification benefits for investment portfolios. The premium on GSOL shares indicates a willingness among institutional investors to pay more than the current market price for direct exposure to Solana, underscoring their bullish outlook on the asset's future performance. This surge in institutional appeal is not just a flash in the pan, but is backed by solid performance of Solana in the crypto market, 5.8 times. Now, that basically says that the market, the institutional market is looking for Bitcoin is looking for Solana to run up to around $1,148. So they're looking at a $1,200 Solana, and they're seeing that $1,200 Solana as a solid investment vehicle. Now, what does that look like? Well, if you look at, boom. So if you look at Solana, 86 billion market cap right now, and if you put it 5x from where it is or 6x from where it is right now, it's going to be Ethereum's old market cap. So what they're basically doing is they're saying that they have a good feeling right now that Solana is going to catch Ethereum's, or not necessarily catch Ethereum, but it's going to catch Ethereum's current market cap right now. So when you look at the chain and you look at the 24-hour volume, then you can see right here, BSC and Ethereum in the 1.8, 1.5 billion, and Solana at 908 million over the last 24 hours. Of course, that's Easter Sunday, so you're not going to see a huge amount of volume on one of those days. But, at number 4, by the way, Base, 585 million. So, look for surges in the volume, 27% volume surge. SUI volume surge right now. Linnea, 42% surge. Blast, 27% surge. Mode, 29.9% surge. These are the ones that you find. Like it's very possible if you look around on these that you're going to find that these are the places where we're starting to see some pumps when you're looking at blockchains pumping. So, but anyway, the point is Ethereum still the king, but Solana is making up a lot of ground. So If you don't already, have yourself a bag of Solana ready and expect for at least a 3, 4, 5x off of it. Now, if it doesn't reach that 5.8x, then that's not my fault. That's just going to be because the market overpriced it just a little bit, which is also entirely possible. So, watch and see what happens over here. But the digital currency is on a bullish trend with its current trading price at $197, marking a slight increase in the past 24 hours and a significant jump of 45% over the past month. Additionally, the trading volume of Solana has spiked by 45%, reaching $3.2 billion per day, further evidencing growing interest and liquidity on the market for Solana. So, Solana, known for its high throughput and fast transaction times, has emerged as a strong contender in the blockchain space, attracting developers and investors alike. Its performance, both in terms of price and technological advancements, has made it a focal point of those looking to invest in the digital asset market. So you are looking at something of a takeover. And then speaking of takeover, can Jupiter overtake Thorchain after its 18% rally? And by the way, Jupiter had its nice little launch and it airdropped a bunch of tokens to people. It was trading under 50 cents. It was trading under 50 cents not that long ago. If you were to go look at Jupiter right now, it looks like this right here. Not only did this is when everybody dumped during the launch because yeah, bro, I'm just trying to sit here and just I'm saying, like, just totally take a profit, you know what I mean, like, because bro, like, I mean, you know what I mean. And then boom, it absolutely went parabolic, if you will, and we had this gigantic rally. So and you could have bought it for 40 cents down here. That low is 43 cents. So from 43 to 168, that's 400% increase on Jupiter over that period of time. Make sure you hit the like button, by the way, on the way in, or you could get anal AIDS, I want to say. I don't know. Also, by the way, I got this little thing up here. I don't like it too much. I was going to throw it up there and like, subscribe, and get notified and all that kind of stuff, but kind of annoys the shit out of me. So I'm working on a different vehicle for that one. If you guys have an idea about that one, let me know. But Solana blockchain, of course, I think that kind of gives it, a little bit more impetus, if you will. So Jupiter launched its native token back at the end of January. The cryptocurrency blew up only last month. The altcoin shot from 47 cents to $1.80 at the time of writing, charting another 18% rise in 24 hours. In doing so, the cryptocurrency surpassed the likes of Synthetics and Dydex in terms of market cap. It is now the fourth biggest DEX token with a market cap of $2.4 billion. Should this growth continue, Jupiter will reach its next target of Rune. And it's expected that another 12% increase at least is on tap for Jupiter. Currently, it's trading at about 180, but they're considering that it would enable a rise to $2, marking it a new all-time high and a 12% rally for investors. Substantiating this outcome is the MACD, a trend showing momentum indicator using identify bullish and bearish trends, which also exhibits bullishness. The indicator recently noted a bullish divergence, suggesting the momentum should continue. So if you haven't already, you might be able to get yourself just a little bit of gain by getting yourself a bag of Jupiter. Now, don't use futures because right now it's a little bit volatile. And then finally, Toncoin is now integrated into Telegram for payments. So channel owners of Telegram are now eligible to earn 50% of the revenue from advertisements shown in their channels. This initiative capitalizes on Telegram's extensive user engagement, which channels accumulating over 1 trillion views monthly. Public channels with at least 1,000 subscribers will benefit from this monetization scheme, signaling a significant shift in content creator revenue generation. The adoption of ton-based advertisements marks a crucial development. Telegram claims that it chose the Ton blockchain due to its efficiency and speed, facilitating a seamless ad purchase process. Moreover, according to the platform, this innovation streamlines advertising and also offers precise control over ad placement, ensuring ads are contextually relevized. And their statement is anyone can now promote their bot or channel with budgets as low as a handful of ton coins. While creating a Telegram ad, you choose the exact channel where you'd like it to appear, so you have full control over their context. Following the announcement, Toncoin's value experienced a notable increase, rising by 7%. However, the surge was temporary as a 6% decline occurred on Monday early morning trading hours, which is what we're experiencing right now as that continued sell-off happens. So now we'll see what happens there. So in the meantime, don't forget, if you haven't already, that Neco is out there. And I might add that Neco to the moon, in fact, just had they just got listed on CoinMarketCap. So if you haven't seen it yet, here we go. Neco is now listed on CoinMarketCap. So you can follow the trading, you can follow the volume, you can follow the market cap. So you're able to now find Neco, which, by the way, positive price action. And speaking of positive price action on Neco, I want to show you what happened over the weekend. During the weekend hours, you saw this magnificent little spike over here. I was looking for it to come up. And by the way, what I did was I made a video over the weekend, and I said that, this is kind of moving in this direction right now, where the lows and the highs are changing. So you're looking at upward momentum. So that upward momentum, as of right now, still continues. Now we're having a sell-off in the market, so you're going to experience a little bit of downward pressure at this moment as that happens. But you had a nice little spike in price action over here that it did not continue, but it did create a little bit of enthusiasm. And now, if we remove this right here and we remove this right here, then what you're looking at is something of a new paradigm. If this continues, then what we're looking at is this kind of move right here, that we've got this kind of upward channel. Now, if that upward channel continues to manifest, and this is not played out completely yet, I don't think, but if this channel continues to manifest, then most probably what we would be looking at is another trend moving up here to drop that zero for a retest right there, and then a move back down into that 7,500 range, which to me seems like this seems like the right sort of breakout level, because that represents this kind of spot over here. So I get a feeling that Neco is probably having or getting ready to have a little bit of a breakout there. So let me know what you think in the comments. Also, Bcoin, if you haven't seen it already, then on Bcoin, you've got, this is Justin Gilmore. He's the owner of BTM Machines. On Friday, they announced that Bcoin machines are going to be dropping all over the United States. And if you look right here, you can see that's going to be Ben's face. Tap anywhere to buy or sell crypto with cash. So they got Ben wrapped around on all of these machines. So you'll be able to buy your Bcoin. You'll be able to buy Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP all through these machines. And that's going to mean something. I don't know what the value of that is in a retail bear market. Not much. In a retail ascending bull market, I mean, we're in the accumulation zone, of course. However, in the beginning of this bull market, we're probably going to see something fantastic happen. And I hope you're here for it, because I am, for sure. And I think that it's going to be really awesome to see some staking. By the way, Cassie made an announcement that they're going over the smart contract. The smart contract is being tested in the final stages, and we should see staking any moment now. Yeah, we got Bcoin machines launching all around the country at some point very, very soon. Going to absolutely take off. Now, Terra Luna Classic news. If you haven't already, at least consider coming over here. This is terracasino.io. You can go check this out. And this is going to be, the segment is going to be brought to you by them for this month. And you can see here, there's a lot of people doing a lot over here at this location. So if you're looking for gaming or you're looking for something like that, definitely go check out terracasino.io. In line with that, if you haven't already, this is one of the new projects that's on. I'm going to be bringing you another project starting tomorrow, but today we're talking about Terra Tritium. It is a game that you can come over and play. Now, the sign up is currently disabled. You should come over here and hit that sign up button, and you'll be able to create a nickname, email, secure password, and your country. You can just basically do, say, let's do Believes. Whoops. We're going to do one word, Believes Crypto. And And the country is going to be USA. Yeah, currently not available. You should have you should have a sign up available very shortly. But and look, you can win some tokens. They're called TRIT, TRIT. And if you like this, then and it's going to be like a space based MMO RTS. So I'm actually looking forward to it. I'm actually pretty excited because it's based on space mining. And for anybody that knows me, then you know that space mining is one of my favorite stupid things to do. My favorite game, or at least, you know, one of my favorite games of all time was called Starflight. It's an old game for like a Sega Genesis, and it was a stupid game, stupid game. All you did was just go to planets and mine those planets for ore, take the ore back to your hub, and then meet aliens along the way and decide whether to negotiate truces with the aliens or fight the aliens and stuff like that. I had a great time playing that game. Took me forever to figure out how to finish it because there were no cheat codes back in those days. We hadn't gotten the up, up, down, down, left, right, B. We didn't get any of that. So there was no cheat codes. So you had to kind of figure these games out for yourself. I had a lot of fun. So I'm looking forward to having something like Terra Tritium to play going forward. So, and by the way, if you haven't already, consider signing up down in the description. If you are a supporter of Terra Luna Classic, down in the description is Weeks official. If you want to start trading it, you start trading it, and you burn tokens when you do it. And the burn, by the way, is not based on your tokens. It's based on the fees that Weeks earns for transactions, and those micro fees on each one of those transactions. That's what they use to burn every month. They're going to do the same thing that Binance is doing. So if we have more volume on Weeks than we have on Binance, we're going to burn more tokens while they're burning billions in the Asian community every month on Binance. Weeks is a non-KYC exchange. By the way, anything that you trade over there works as well. If you don't want to trade Luna Classic and you want to trade something else, you can still do that. It doesn't burn Luna Classic. But of course, the sign up is in the description down below. So certainly would have you do that. Check it out. Let me know what you think. So did you get that airdrop from Chicken for the first 69,000 of Pepe holders? I don't hold Pepe anymore. Once it goes up, way up, that's when sell time. So no, we don't hold those things for long term. So anyway, and that leads us to the charts. So let's get into the charts. Let's check out what's going on and see where we are. So the overall market right now, Jesus Christ. So we're down $86 billion to kick off the first quarter. Massive sell-off here. This is not the biggest of red candles on the day, but it is a large candle for the day. So, you know, I don't know what this day is going to ultimately look like, but, you know, it would seem like there is a massive sell down on everything. And by the way, if we break this down into this, you can see right here that this came in the overnights around midnight last night was when we had that massive sell-off. Then we have consolidation going to the side, had a nice little spike coming back up, and we had the buyback down. It's a bearish kind of momentum right there. The RSI under the signal line down here. And this, by the way, is just total market cap. So, and you're looking at a very weak RSI at this point. So on the hourly, so you might see some buy opportunity. We'll look at that in just 1 second on the RSI. For liquidity heat map, let's go look at Bitcoin real quick. 69,100 right now. The crypto market is still trying to push it down. It's hunting for something. Let's go find out what it's hunting for. We're going to hit the refresh on this. God damn it. We're going to hit refresh on this, and we're going to probably see a little spike down into these. Yeah, so what we're looking at is probably a move down into 68.5. By the way, did we not have this conversation on Friday where I said 68.5 was going to be the move? And then, of course, all it did was just kind of keep going up into 70,000 like an asshole. So anyway, last night in the middle of the night, what we got was we got this rundown here. And by the way, it made no sense once we got to this range right here, 69,002. We had swept up whatever the liquidity was. Then it started to range here, and everybody started to play their game. And then, of course, it looked like we were, heat seeking again, 68.5, which was down here and available at this area. So now that looks like what we're coming for now. So then you're going to see a reversal back over 70,000. with a spike into that 72,000 range at some point. Probably looking for positive news first before we get any kind of real move. As far as the RSIs go, let's go look at the 24 hours, see if there's anything in range. Arbitrum, by the way, look at this. We've got Arbitrum coming into a buy zone. We've got Blur coming into a buy zone, Ace coming into a buy zone. We've got Monero coming back down into this. And by the way, these privacy tokens like Monero, a little nervous about them right now. So, I don't know how they're going to play out, but on the 24-hour, looks like a buy, especially Arbitrum. You can see here a very strong pump on Oxum or on Auction and XVG. Blur still coming down into that range. Arbitrum in the long term, still not in that buy zone. But anything that pops down here, certainly an opportunity, except USTC. USTC, I'm still not a fan of it right now. I don't think that there's any upside to it at this point. So, I'm not looking for USTC to have a pump. Luna Classic would have a pump, and of course, USTC would be dragged along with it, but I would just be looking for Luna Classic to have some kind of thing. Remember, the upside ultimately on USTC is $1. It doesn't go higher than $1. So if you're looking at it and you're buying it right now at 3 cents, then it's basically a 30x, and that's going to be the maximum you could possibly get from it. But you can get 200x from Luna Classic for Luna Classic just doing, having a nice little run, burning a few tokens, stuff like that. So you're going to get a much better return for Luna Classic than you are on USTC. So that's why I'm not as bullish long term. So but anyway, so if you haven't already, consider Arbitrum. Start looking for Arbitrum to continue getting a little bit weaker as we go. You can see here that it's continuing that downward sort of pressure, downward momentum. It lost the volume range, so it's continuing to come down and test. So now we have to kind of zoom out, look at some of the longer time frames, and see, do we have is there a spot here where we're going to bounce and we're going to have a strong bounce? Well, this was that parabolic move that it had just a while back, and we're in one of those little ranges. So it could go down to $1.39, and then if it breaks that, it could go down to $1.20 one more time on Arbitrum. So I would be watching that as a buy opportunity. But hell, what do I know? Bitcoin still just dumped another 20 billion in a few minutes. We're now at 68,720 and continuing to decline. Remember I told you I think 68.5 is going to be the number here. If we refresh this one, we'll see that it spiked right into that. There we go, right there. So now 68.560 looks to be the next level. And let's look at the 3-day just to make sure. So 68,500 seems to be the pool that we're attacking. U.S. market continuing to do that shady shit that U.S. market do. So but let's go back over here. Ethereum still holding strong, 34.98, 3,500, down a little bit more than Bitcoin. But remember, the volatility on Ethereum is usually about double, and it's not double anymore. It's coming down, and Ethereum seems to be getting bought back a little bit quicker right now than even Bitcoin is. So fantastic. Solana had a big dump after it moved up here to 204. By the way, big run up to 204. Stuck with the market right now, but I believe Solana. I think the Solana is ready to run and kind of take off as well. Render down to $10, by the way. And it's coming into this little chop and range right here. If it gets accepted and pushes back off of this, then Render is a big time buy at this level. I would think going to have a nice little run back up at least to you can see right here in this short time frame. And as we come back here, we're going to find, just try to get the best level that we can. And you can see right here that this big line right here at $10.95, that is the render. That's the render kind of volume range, the point of control, if you will. So it is nothing to see render go from $10 to $10.90 right here into this point of control range. So I would be looking for a big move on render coming up pretty soon. Question right now is just going to be how much does it dump before it does that. And I think that you can see right here, we got a nice little we got a dump, and then we got a nice little buyback that started to happen there, and then we're still getting continued dumps. So they're trying to force it down into that 68.5 right now. They're just kind of trying to wear out buyers. So, but anyway, I would certainly be watching Render. Myro had a nice little spike up to 37.5 cents over the weekend. So I thought, by the way, that Myro would continue. When you look at the impulse move, then your impulse move coming from, maybe here to there, you're kind of in that golden pocket, and you bounced hard off of the golden pocket. But right now you're having the rest of the market just kind of wearing everything down. So you're probably looking at, this. I think we're going to test that all-time high again coming pretty soon. You can see right here, like about 45 cents. So, it really looks like we're just kind of in that range where, it was within striking distance. And then of course the market turned sour for, 24 hours. And here we are. But I think it's going to continue. Dog with hat went up to almost $5. It's doing the same thing right now, coming down to $4 range. But it's going to test 5 in just a little while. So if you want a nice gain off of that, by the way, Dog with hat, way more volatile than Myro. So if you're looking for volatility, then I would be checking that out. Bcoin, 58.54, still kind of moving along in this range right here. I'm expecting there's going to be a big spike here coming up. I think it's my opinion in the next couple of days, we're going to start to see a little turnaround, because we'll see staking, which will slow down which will slow down buy. Then after or slow down selling, once we see the staking get implemented, then we're going to see the Bitcoin machines, the Bcoin machines everywhere. We're going to start to see these little pieces start to fall into place, and we're going to see the benfi.io website ready to go. All of these different pieces be ready to go, and then now we're all looking at it. We're all super excited because Ben's taking wins, by the way. And if you guys didn't, go watch my show that I did last night, live stream, where I talked about all of it. 5IR is up on the day, but I mean, I thought this was going to break out to this upside right here, and instead, because this was it was a great position. This was the opportunity right here, and look at that. That was the volume. Like, that is the volume node for this. So it made every bit of sense that it was going to pop back up into this range. And you can see right here, the last time it came down here, it popped back into that range. So if you're looking for something that might have just a real big pump possibility, 5IR right now with a big move up into that volume range right there. So, same thing. Let's look at Aave. Aave, Aave's running a little bit hot right now, way above its point of control range. So I would consider Aave might be cooling off a little bit. Same thing with Cardano. Cardano came down just below that range. API 3. Again, I'm super bullish on API 3. Remember, we got in about 270 a little while over here. So we're still up dramatically on that. I mean, went as high as 492. Yeah, it went up as high as 492 on that last run. And this is one of those tokens. It's going to be $100, $200, $300 by the time this is all said and done. Again, only a 30 to 60 to 90x. That's that's why I bring these things up. Like, but here's the thing. This one could go even higher. This is API 3 is actually the APIs that connect you to the real world assets. So, but that, by the way, guys, is now my time. We got to get out of here because I got another show to do. So thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. You take the time to come over here and watch me every day. Does not fall on deaf ears. In the meantime, check out NordVPN for your privacy, security, and protection. Shit, now I got to have the camera over here instead of over here. Fairdesk, MEXC, BingX, and Femex. Remember, if you're friends of Ben and you're looking for trading and you want to trade and you want to help both of us out, then make sure that you sign up for Femex over here, because I am a sub-affiliate of Ben on Femex. So he gets credit, I get credit, we both get credit at the same time if you do trading on Femex. So that's it for now. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate each and every one of you for taking the time. Make sure you hit the like button on the way out. We're going to stop with the outro songs, but we are going to pay the bills. So you guys have a good night. We'll talk to you again tomorrow. Cryptonomy.finance just launched a research section, so make sure that you go check that out today. Learn a little bit more about crypto that you may not have known before. If you are a corporate client, you can have a relationship manager and a lot of customer support, superior OTC services, and institutional tools that will help you in your venture. Also, if you sign up for the VIP course, you can get in touch with high-touch wealth management personnel and a lot of different people and personalized information as you need in order to successfully navigate this crypto system. Also, if you look at my moves right now, you can see that I'm earning over 106 Solana on my last staking. My Tether, I'm going to earn 1,670 on my staking so far. You can see there's some of these I've earned $784. I can't cash out for a while, but I've earned $784 so far. And then in the launch pool, guys, if you haven't checked the launch pool out, you've got to check the launch pool. Look at these ROIs that I'm getting right now. It's fantastic. 20x on K9 Finance, 7x on